Welcome everybody to my channel. My name is Rainer. This is Rainier Books, a booktube channel from Stockholm, Sweden. And today it is a single review that you will see, a single review of the novel, not the novel, of the nonfiction book, the memoir, The Forgotten Girls, a memoir of friendship and lost promise in rural America by Monica Potts, published by Random House on May the 30th this year, just a few days ago actually. In 2016, the Washington Post wrote an article and reported that death rates for white women in rural America were spiking, and they were spiking so much, increasing by 40% for women under the age of 44, and so rapidly, while the deaths for African American women and Latino women in the same age group were decreasing, the deaths of white women were increasing. But of course, the death rates of African American women and Latino women started at a much higher point. Drug overdose and suicide account for almost all deaths in the younger age group until 44, whereas heart and lung diseases and cirrhosis increase after 45. Monica Potts and her best friend Darcy grew up in a small town called Clinton, Arkansas, and were teenagers in the early 1990s. They were born to run, like in the Bruce Springsteen song. Baby, this town rips the bones from your back. It's a death trap. It's a suicide rap. We gotta get out while we're young. 'Cause tramps like us, baby, we were born to run. Both girls had very good grades in school. Both girls were studious. Both girls were regarded as very intelligent, as highly intelligent. And both of them wanted out. They wanted to get away, born to run. They wanted to leave the small town of Clinton, Arkansas that had already treated them pretty badly. But as in so many lives, when we have dreams, some dreams, a few dreams come true, and a lot of other dreams don't come true. And again, Bruce Springsteen from his song, The River, is a dream a lie if it don't come true. Is a dream a lie if it don't come true? Is it? Because Darcy's dream didn't come true. Darcy stayed in Clinton, Arkansas, while Monica's dream came true. She left actually to Chicago, to New York. She studied in, I think, the vicinity of Philadelphia, and she became a journalist. She became a journalist, a reporter for the 538 website. The two women lost contact to each other pretty quickly after, I think, their sort of early 20 years. But then for many years they didn't have so much contact until, like in 2000, in the 2010s, was it 13, 14, something like that, Darcy contacts Monica on Facebook, and the contact will be refreshed between the two. The Forgotten Girls is an investigation into Monica's question why things turned out the way they did for her friend Darcy, and even a little bit for herself. So what went wrong with Darcy's dream of born to run, of leaving the town of Clinton, Arkansas? Why didn't she leave? And what made her become a drug user? What made her become an alcohol user? What made her lose her two children, get her pregnant so early and lose her two children, the custody of her two children, to her mother, who took care of the children then? And what made her live with an abusive man in a trailer home when Monica visits her some years later in Clinton, Arkansas? Clinton is a small town in Van Buren County in Arkansas. And just to give you some quick result, look at the result of the presidential election. In 2016, 71.2% of the electorate voted for Donald J. Trump as president of the United States. And believe it or not, in 2020, Trump even made another 6 points. He got 77.3% of the vote in 2020. Monica writes, "Today parts of rural America are diverse and vibrant, but most people in rural counties and the middle of the country are older, whiter, less educated, and more conservative than the nation as a whole." Both Monica and Darcy grew up in poor families and in a country, in a part of the land where the church plays an enormous role, and especially the evangelical church. The evangelical church that tells women where their place is. They have to stand by your man. Give him 2 arms to cling to, and something warm to come to. So that by that old Tammy Wynette song, I think from 1968, the role of the woman is pretty much defined. Stand by your man, be a good wife, and foster your kids. You could think that schools should maybe give women and young girls and then teenagers and women another picture and teach them to be independent, to teach them to learn and study, be studious, to go to college and things like that. But as Monica puts right in that example from her own school time, she says that she remembers that teacher that told them to become a teacher, that it would be the best job for women because when you become a teacher, you can have the same holidays as your kids. You can take care of your kids through all the holidays. And girls, they are promising to stay virgins in southern states until they married. We have these so-called purity balls. Potts reports that Arkansas has one of the highest rates of teen pregnancy, actually the highest rate of teen pregnancy in the United States, in an atmosphere with, quote, white nationalism and anti-abortion politics. Other states like Mississippi, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Tennessee, and Texas have huge numbers of teen pregnancy. Even West Virginia, Kentucky, and of course also Demon Copperhead County, Appalachia. As I said, Darcy gets these 2 children and she loses custody of the children. And her mother, Virginia, says and tells Monica at a point that Darcy made bad choices. And the choices, bad choices, the scenario that Potts paints in this really gripping book that I read within 3 days only is that Darcy and many other girls and women in the rural America and in the American South actually only have a few choices, and that many of them end in a downward spiral of despair and destruction. Although the book focuses very much on Darcy and her life, the author speaks even frankly about her own life, about the tragic and traumatic event when her sister Ashley died in a car accident, and how much that impacted her own life. The powerful book that The Forgotten Girls is from a part of America that is often overlooked, from a part of America that very often arrogantly is called the flyover states. And when Barbara Kingsolver, the author of Demon Copperhead, was asked in a reading of Demon Copperhead how liberals could sort of connect with more conservative voters and sort of get them to be more tolerant and more respectful to people who don't think what they think, Kingsolver answered that we should not say, "Now listen, stupid," but we should listen to them, to their stories, to their problems, to their traumas. And this book, Forgotten Girls, gives you a chance to really listen to voices, to Darcy's voice and to many other voices from the American South, and see in that rural American state of Arkansas how women especially grow up. Although Monica has a lot of points and explains a lot of ballpoints and teaches me a lot about America, I still do not really understand why 77% of the voters went to elect a billionaire who has nothing to do with them and their poor lives, very often poor lives, and who definitely is completely ignorant to their pain and suffering. I didn't understand that. I still don't understand it, although I got some ballpoints to really get a little more inside of that. However, I even don't see how the other party, the big party in America, the Democrats, how they really changed things for these forgotten girls in rural America. The Forgotten Girls by Monica Potts is a great book. It's beautifully told. It's told as a memoir. It is a memoir, and it really shows us a part of America that we don't know so much about. But it really is a book that I wish would get a lot of readers, not only in the USA, in the East and West Coast, so that they actually understand how life is in the rural South of the United States, but also in Europe. And it increases our knowledge. So this is a good book, this is a good one, read it. I see you in another video hopefully very, very soon, and I say good night from Stockholm here, and well, bye.